All right, we're on for episode 2 of Outlap Critical, and the news keeps coming for Formula One. Uh, we first talked about the big news, Lewis Hamilton moving on. We kind of skipped over the Andretti thing, so we'll go over that now today. But then also, over the weekend, the news was breaking that Christian Horner was having some issues at Red Bull. And so we'll kind of go over both of those things today as well. But, what a week for Formula One. First with Lewis Hamilton move over to, actually first with the Andretti situation, where, Formula One has declined to add Andretti to the grid in 2025, as they have in their the paperwork that they posted. But Andretti's looking to possibly join in 26, and so they think they have an end still, so they're still working on it. And Formula One is now saying that, hey, you can also apply in 2028. You got to start thinking about, like, what is it that Formula One is actually looking for with a new team that could potentially be added to the grid. They had a lot of teams, a lot of bids that went in. Andretti was the one that made it to the stage. They pay that, very, very large fee just to be considered, to make sure you're serious. You got to think, what is it going to take for a team to enter the grid if Andretti Racing can't get in? So you've got the American aspect. So of course, Andretti would be the American team on the grid, and at the same time, Formula One is looking to really boost their footprint in America. And this seems to be the very best opportunity to do so. You have a winning team, winning culture. They just won Formula E, several wins for the Indy 500, championships, all about. They seem to win, no matter where they go. And so, it's just odd to me that Formula One is looking for reasons, it seems, to keep them off of the grid for whatever reason. We don't know what it is. You've got the aspect of Andretti where Formula One is now saying, hey, we will be bringing value to you and not the other way around. And while that's, Formula One's a global brand, and so you can't really say that's not specifically true, but it's almost to say as if Andretti wouldn't be bringing any value to Formula One, which of course they'd be bringing a massive American market with them. And so, that's not true at all. Andretti's the biggest name in racing in America. And so, with that being said, they would definitely be the team that you would think would be the perfect fit, especially with, rookies piling up now, in Formula 2, and, new drivers coming in every day. You're starting to see more and more of these guys start to, pile in there. A lot of opportunities. I mean, you've seen Drogovic, for instance, didn't get an opportunity because, the grid is full. There's just not a lot of teams that are, looking for drivers. Logan Sargent re-signed. I think a lot of people thought, that he was possibly going to be somebody that could, lose a seat. But, with all the chaos, there's still really no seats available on the grid. So, seemed to be almost the perfect fit going into 2026, possibly to have another team kind of join the grid. I think a lot of American fans were really looking forward to that possibility. I know I was. I thought that would be a really interesting fit. Of course, they have the GM connection, and GM, of course, is a global brand, sells more cars than almost anybody, if not everybody. So Formula One really just, it seems as though they're looking for reasons not to add a team to the grid. And again, if not them, who? Is anybody ever going to be able to join? They're saying, hey, we're a closed circuit now. We've only got these teams, and that's it. You've got a team. The other thing they mentioned was, we don't think that you would be competitive. And so the first thing I would try to figure out is, what in Andretti's history says that they wouldn't be competitive? That's the first thing. So that's kind of nonsense on the face of it. But then you have to look at teams like Alfa Romeo. You have to look at teams like Haas. that aren't doing well at all right now. You know, Williams, even with their legacy, is doing terrible right now. You know, so are they competitive? Is that the standard? You know, maybe Formula One needs to go to a situation where, you know, the last team on the last team that qualifies on the grid gets moved off into Formula Two while, you know, the champion moves up or something like that. I mean, if we're gonna get crazy, but you know, you get the idea. It's just that it's a matter of, you know, it seems as though Formula One just has no interest in adding another team to the grid, at least not this one. And so, you know, I guess another thing to keep in mind with Formula One is that, hey, you know, this explosion of interest is fairly recent. It's not something that has been going on forever. And so you would think that adding more strength in another area of the world, that would definitely support, you know, an American team. You would think that would be an opportunity they'd want to jump on, but you know, apparently it is not. So again, Andretti has been denied. Saw Mario Andretti's post, devastated. You know, this has happened. Of course, they completely disagree with the non-competitive thing and a lot of the other statements made throughout that statement, but it just kind of comes off as a little bit, you know, snobby, I guess, for lack of better terms, from Formula One. You know, we want to see the sport grow as well, and so you wonder, you know, if it's the financial interest that really kept the teams out, or the new team out. Is it the, you know, I think that's probably the biggest thing that might be coming from it, is that a lot of these teams are splitting the pot right now and want to, you know, keep the split where it's at. I still kind of think that bringing in Andretti to the grid would bring revenue up. I don't think that it would bring it down. So I guess we'll see what happens over the next year. Maybe in 26 they get in. If, you know, if they're taking it to court, we don't know. Maybe 28, if they're still interested, they'll be coming in as well. And so, you know, opportunity's still there. It looks like they're not closing the door completely, but, you know, as of right now, it is a no.